Yumeko Jabami enters Kakegurui not as a typical transfer student, but as a disruption to an entire social ecosystem built on fear, hierarchy, and debt. At Hyakkaou Private Academy, gambling is not entertainment, it is law, identity, and destiny. Yumeko immediately stands apart because she does not gamble to dominate others or climb status. She gambles to feel alive. Her smile, calm demeanor, and unshaken gaze mask a deeper psychological hunger that the series slowly reveals. From the very beginning, gambling is framed as her language, her addiction, and her truth. Unlike most characters who gamble out of desperation or ambition, Yumeko seeks uncertainty itself. She is drawn to the moment where logic collapses and fate takes over. This makes her terrifying to opponents who rely on control and calculation. Gambling, for Yumeko, is not about winning money or power. It is about standing at the edge of loss and daring the universe to decide her worth. This obsession hints at a past shaped by instability and emotional extremes. Yumeko's addiction is not loud or chaotic, it is refined, controlled, and deeply internal. She experiences euphoria not when she wins, but when the stakes become unbearable. The greater the risk, the more honest the moment becomes for her. In a school where students manipulate odds to secure safety, Yumeko deliberately destroys safety. This behavior suggests a psyche that rejects comfort and craves intensity. Gambling becomes her way of confronting existence itself. Her obsession also functions as rebellion against systems that reduce humans to numbers. While others exploit rules, Yumeko exposes them. She forces her opponents to reveal their cruelty, fear, and desperation. In doing so, she becomes both judge and mirror. Gambling allows her to strip away social masks and see people at their most vulnerable. This emotional stripping is as intoxicating to her as the gamble itself. Gambling becomes her way of making sense of a world that once taught her that stability is an illusion. 1. Gambling is her emotional high. Yumeko experiences emotions more intensely than ordinary people. Normal life feels dull and muted to her senses. Gambling provides an emotional peak that nothing else can replicate. The rush of uncertainty triggers her deepest excitement. She is not chasing money, she is chasing sensation. Her visible pleasure during high-risk moments proves this. Loss does not scare her because fear itself excites her. Gambling becomes her emotional stimulant. Without it, she feels disconnected from herself. This suggests a dependency similar to addiction. The danger makes her feel real. The risk validates her existence. Every gamble is a reminder that she is alive. 2. A past shaped by instability. Though her backstory is intentionally vague, hints suggest a childhood marked by unpredictability. Instability teaches a person to normalize chaos. Yumeko appears comfortable only when things are out of control. Gambling recreates the emotional environment she understands best. Stability feels foreign and untrustworthy to her. Risk feels honest. This is why she smiles when odds turn against her. She has already made peace with loss. Her past trained her to survive emotional extremes. Gambling simply externalizes that inner chaos. 3. She rejects power and control. Most gamblers in Kakegurui seek dominance. Yumeko despises that mindset. She finds controlling others boring and empty. What excites her is surrendering control to chance. By trusting fate, she frees herself from ego. This makes her unpredictable and dangerous. Gambling becomes her way of rejecting authoritarian systems. She does not want to rule, she wants to experience. This sets her apart psychologically. Her addiction is rooted in freedom, not greed. 4. Facing death without dying. High-stakes gambling mimics the proximity of death. Every decision carries irreversible consequences. Yumeko is fascinated by that threshold. She enjoys standing where one mistake could ruin everything. This symbolic dance with death gives her clarity. It strips life down to a single moment. Gambling allows her to confront mortality safely. Each match becomes a controlled existential crisis. That intensity is intoxicating to her. She repeatedly returns to it. 5. Truth emerges under pressure. Yumeko believes people reveal their true selves when everything is on the line. Gambling creates that pressure instantly. Masks fall, lies crack, and fear surfaces. She is addicted to witnessing these transformations. Winning is secondary to exposure. She enjoys watching powerful people break. Gambling becomes her tool for psychological excavation. This obsession reflects her deep curiosity about human nature. She gambles to understand people, not defeat them. 6. Emotional detachment from consequences. Yumeko's fear response is unusually muted. She acknowledges risk but does not internalize dread. This emotional detachment makes addiction easier. Consequences do not weigh on her the way they do on others. Loss feels temporary, experience feels eternal. Gambling becomes safe because fear never anchors. This lack of restraint fuels her obsession. She can always go further. Nothing stops her from raising the stakes. 7. Gambling as self-expression. For Yumeko, gambling is identity. It is how she communicates, connects, and exists. Words are insufficient, risk speaks louder. Her personality blooms during games. Outside gambling, she appears almost empty. This dependence suggests that gambling replaced something missing in her life. It gives her purpose. Without it, she would feel undefined. Addiction fills that void completely. 8. Attraction to uncertainty. Certainty bores Yumeko. Predictability feels suffocating. Gambling destroys certainty instantly. Every variable becomes unstable. She thrives in that instability. It mirrors her internal world. Uncertainty feels like home. This psychological alignment strengthens her addiction. Gambling validates her worldview. Life, to her, is meant to be uncertain. 9. Rebellion against social hierarchy. Hyakkaou Academy thrives on oppression. Yumeko hates that structure instinctively. Gambling allows her to dismantle hierarchies legally. She beats elites at their own game. This rebellion excites her. Addiction grows when behavior aligns with values. Every gamble becomes an act of defiance. She is not just playing, she is resisting. That moral satisfaction deepens her obsession. 10. Acceptance of loss as liberation. Yumeko does not fear losing because she has already accepted it. Loss does not define her. This mindset removes the greatest barrier to addiction. Without fear, there is no limit. Gambling becomes pure experience. She is free within risk. That freedom is addictive beyond measure. Winning or losing no longer matters, only the gamble does. Yumeko Jabami is not a gambler by habit, but by philosophy. Her addiction is woven into her perception of life itself. She seeks truth in uncertainty and meaning in risk. Gambling becomes her lens for understanding the world. Her obsession challenges conventional ideas of addiction. She is not escaping pain, she is embracing intensity. Where others see danger, she sees clarity. This inversion makes her both fascinating and unsettling. Yumeko exposes the cruelty of systems that weaponize fear. By gambling without fear, she breaks those systems. Her addiction becomes resistance. Her pleasure becomes rebellion. Yet beneath the confidence lies a fragile truth. A person who needs constant risk may fear stillness. Gambling fills a silence she cannot face. That dependency is her tragedy. In the end, Yumeko Jabami is a portrait of obsession taken to its purest form. Gambling is not her vice, it is her mirror. And through it, Kakegurui asks whether a life without risk is truly living at all.